Where are you going? What? No, because it was supposed to be like Peter McKinnon, right? Yes, you are. No. You're supposed to be the popular one. Yeah. I have to act like Peter McKinnon and you're gonna be the serious one. He always starts with the same phrases. What's up, everyone? What's up? We are at the Peterson house. There's Nathan over there, and Francisca, Francie over there, and then Mrs. Peterson and Mr. Peterson, Sabrina and Vanessa, and we are having an absolute blast. Yeah, of course you are. Well, you might not be at the moment, because this is a pretty narrow frame, it's not gonna see you. Now it's gonna see you. So anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna start my travel vlog here since this is the beginning of my 2-week journey. Yeah. And yeah. Oh, and yesterday this happened. So this is what happened to my car the other day. I hit a patch of ice and did a couple donuts on the road, hit the concrete barrier, broke that off, and that's the parts that broke off, including this fog light. So I'll have to get that replaced.
When people are in a relationship together, they say there's a lot of blank between them.
Chemistry. Yes.
It's this big thing
Planet,
that
house,
goes,
ship. Submarine. Yes.
Your dad gets this a lot.
Angry.
When he has to take time
For it because heartburn.
Yes. I already did it. Okay. When people want to start out something new, they say I'm going to blank a new leaf.
Turn over a new leaf.
Yes.
Throwing up vomit.
Sick. Seasick.
What we did to this
Surprise.
Yes.
Time.
Oh, that's it. We need to surprise you too.
Anyways, at the airport, parked my car. It'll be here for 2 weeks. I need to lock it. I'm about to take that shuttle over there to the airport. Good morning, guys. I am in the Seattle airport right now on my way to Chicago. I think this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been at the very back of the plane. And my trip to Louisville on the way there is about halfway done, I guess. I don't know. Just flew from Seattle to Chicago. I'm in the Chicago airport right now. Still have another couple hours of layover, and then another couple hour flight, I think, to Louisville. I think. Yeah, I landed at 6:30 their time. So I went the wrong way. Got the wrong flight information on the thing. Told me to go to E1. Went to E1. Stayed there for 2 hours. Then realized maybe that's not right. So I think I finally found the right spot, and they're boarding in like 5 minutes. Well, I am in Kentucky, and I can't even see. That's the arc behind me. I can't see my screen at all.
How do you get to go up in there?
What's my least favorite kind of animal?
How did you do that?
Let me think. I don't know. All of God's creatures are special in some way. But if I had to choose right now, I would say that noisy bird. that bores holes in wood all the time, all the time. Oh, why did I let Shim talk me into putting that aviary next to the living quarters?
It's an armadillo. It poked its head up. Oh, can you poke your head up one more time? I know you're in a ball right now, but I really want to see your face again. It's so cute.
Shows me I'll hold you in the beginning. You will hold me in the end. Every moment in the middle. Make my heart your Bethlehem. Be born in me.
So for the sake of brevity, spiritual warfare, one of the verses that we use is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 4. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? But they're mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds. And what that basically says is that what we're talking about, and unfortunately what we're neglecting is the fact that, number one, it's war. We're not engaged in war. We don't live as if we are engaged in war. And we don't conduct ourselves in a manner that is representative of what you would do in an actual war, physically. The other thing is that it's spiritual, right? It's not carnal. So what does that mean? Is that the war is over the mind, it's over the heart. It's over the thoughts, over truth, and over the affections of the heart. Where are our affections, right? And the last thing is that it's over strongholds. If we want to conquer strongholds, there has to be another way. And so this is the way that I basically break it down. If you're in a war, and I'm going to give you kind of a medieval kind of scene. If you're in a war and you're fighting against a stronghold, and you have soldiers who are swordsmen, close-range fighters, do you send your swordsmen against the stronghold? Hopefully not. Would you send your swordsmen against enemy swordsmen? I also hope, hopefully not initially. What do you do first? You bring in the archers. Archers, they begin to spray fire, right? They begin to shoot arrows. They thin the lines of the enemy. And then you take in your close-range warfare, your spearmen, your swordsmen, and whatnot. Would you take archers against the stronghold? No. So what do you need? You need siege weapons. But before a single siege weapon can reach that gate, you need long-distance siege weapons. So what do you bring? A trebuchet. What is a trebuchet? It's the granddaddy of all catapults. Search it. It's awesome. But here's the spiritual implication of that. Swordsmen are what we generally use. Evangelism, close quarters combat, right? We do personal evangelism, we do health evangelism, we do Bible studies, we do all of these talks, and that is swordsmen. The problem is we're training only swordsmen. If you want to win a fight, you need to have all units. Your archers are your prayer warriors, the people that begin to pray to thin out the lines, to create the opportunities for the swordsmen to actually have a way in. And what are your trebuchets? Before you send anything else, your trebuchets are not highly mobile. They're built with a team of people that constantly hammer at one single point in the wall. They don't pepper. Lord, help us with that, help us with this, help us with whatever. They choose one thing to focus, because if you don't focus the stones on that one section of wall, that one section of wall will never crumble. And so there are people that are committed to pray continuously till the breach is made, and then the other units can invade. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because we don't have trebuchets. We have a few archers. We're trying to fight a war, and I'll be honest with you, if we're not fighting with archers, if we're not fighting with trebuchets, if we're bringing only swordsmen, and we're doing the best that we can to, let's train the best swordsmen we can, at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're fighting carnally. Why? Because we're not asking God to send the fire before us. Do you understand? We need all units present. And one of the last things is, I know to many of us, this spiritual warfare is not real. We don't see it. Where's the conflict? And so this is a kind of a quote from, I believe it was from a samurai. I'm no samurai, but I really liked it, and it basically, one of his students basically said, Master, it's a time of peace. There's no war going on, and you like peace. Why do you continuously train your hand for war? And he responded with, well, I would rather be a warrior in the middle of a garden than a gardener in the middle of a war. We need people who are training their hands for war. And we need people who are learning to not just be swordsmen, but to be archers and to be siege warfare trained people.